Welcome to the Hybrid Real Estate Professional Podcast, where we dive deep into the intersection of career, family, and finances. Learn the mindsets, tips, and strategies to help you on your personal journey to build a life of abundance and purpose for you and your family. Now here's your host, Aaron Amin. Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of the Hybrid Real Estate Professional Podcast. Today I'm going to do a solo episode. Today is actually my 34th birthday. As I reflect back on the past year, I can hardly wrap my head around how much my family and I have been through. There were extreme highs and very low lows, but all of them led me to this moment where I feel more alive than I ever have before. In today's episode, I'm going to share some of the biggest lessons I've learned and give you a sneak peek into my vision for the future. Last year, on October 5th, 2022, I woke up in our beautiful home in Wenatchee, Washington. Now, Wenatchee is a beautiful town in central Washington, nestled in between the Cascade Mountains and the Columbia River. Looking out our window was breathtaking. Every which way you look, there's mountains, rivers, trees. It was gorgeous. My daughter was 11 months old at the time, and she was already power walking laps around us. My relationship with my wife was strong. My health was good, and we had exciting prospects for the year ahead. The trajectory of our life at the time was very clear to us. The plan was simple. We would continue to raise our daughter in the beautiful serenity of the Pacific Northwest. I would keep climbing the ladder at my current employer with the hopes of making enough money to comfortably sustain our lifestyle. We planned to have a second child sometime in the near future. And we knew that if we wanted to keep growing as real estate investors, we would have to take a pause to focus on our family for the time being. As the calendar flipped to 2023, we found out we were expecting our next child. We were over the moon that our plan was coming together. We had always wanted to have our second child close in age to our daughter, Ashlyn. Alas, that journey was short-lived. A few weeks later, we found out that we had lost a baby, and we were devastated. To make matters worse, I was out of town when it happened. It was one of the only out-of-town business trips I had taken in the past several years. Talk about bad timing. On top of that, my employer went through a massive reorg, which I was deeply involved in executing. It was an amazing learning experience, but it put a ton of additional strain on me at a time when I was least mentally equipped to handle it. Alas, we trudged forward. After all, we needed my job to keep our household finances afloat. But this created a sense of conflict. I was burning out at work while also failing to be as available as I knew I should have been for my wife and daughter in a time when we needed it. The first half of 23 was about healing and emotional recovery. Meanwhile, the punches kept coming at work. Our company's biggest clients were faced with large layoffs, which trickled into our team as well. Every few weeks, there was something new going on. A big event at work, a layoff, and it was sapping all of the energy out of me. But then the clouds parted. In May, we found out we were expecting another child. Despite the fresh wounds from what happened in January, we were so happy that we had another opportunity to add more love to our family. Of course, after what happened, we were holding our breath, waiting to get further into the pregnancy and past the higher risk period. Then we got more news. When we went in for the first ultrasound, the doctor glanced at the screen right when she was confirming the heartbeat. Then she glanced at my wife, then back at the screen, and she looked at us and she said, "So, there's the first heartbeat." Wait, what? What did she just say? And then she looked at us and she said, "And there's the second one." What on earth? We're having twins. If you ask my wife what I looked like when the doctor told us the news, she says I froze, which is probably true. But nonetheless, I was so happy that we had this blessing after the horrible start to the year. I knew we would figure it out, and we had to do whatever we needed to build our dream life for our growing family. But this led to one of the hardest decisions we've ever had to make. After processing the fact that we were having twins, we spent weeks trying to picture what we want our lives to look like. We laid everything on the table about our circumstances, the house we lived in, the jobs we had, the access to childcare and amenities, our financial situation, the ability to travel, proximity to our family, and ultimately we made the tough decision to leave Washington and move to Houston, Texas. This was an emotional decision as it meant moving very far away from one set of my parents that we were extremely close with. It was actually gut-wrenching in a way that I had never experienced before. But we trusted our decision-making process and we did what we felt was best for our family. To pour salt on the wound, we ended up getting extorted by our cross-country moving company, who decided to raise our already enormous $18,000 quote for moving across the country to $32,000 on the spot. We did everything we could to pursue recourse with the moving company, but ultimately they had us bent over a barrel. It was a moment when we felt truly powerless, added to a list of horrible experiences we had throughout the year. So yeah, moving already sucks, but having an additional $14,000 financial setback added even more stress to an already exhausting summer. Now that I've got all the bad news out of the way, I want to share that the storm clouds have settled and a new chapter has begun. I'm happy to say that since we arrived in Houston in early August, things have been shaping up. The twins are healthy and growing at a good pace. We're expecting them to join our family around early December. We love our house. We love our neighborhood. We have access to all the amenities we could ever need for our daughter and our growing family. We're happy to have an opportunity to live in the same city as my dad. This is the first time I've lived in the same area as him since 1992. On top of that, this is a beautiful place to raise a family, which was our top priority for the foreseeable future. On the business front, I was able to launch my coaching practice in August, and I started working with my first client shortly thereafter. I joined an amazing mastermind community called the Action Academy in August. I guess I wasn't busy enough already. Action Academy has already opened doors to amazing connections and relationships, and opportunities are starting to present themselves across the country to invest in real estate. I even finally got off the sidelines and launched this podcast a few weeks ago. This had been on my wish list for 6 months. The tides have turned and we are building so much positive momentum, I can't help but wake up every day smiling. As I write this, things are shaping up for an amazing new year, and I couldn't be more grateful. The engagement and support I've gotten from the people that follow me online, my newsletter subscribers, and my podcast subscribers has meant the world to me. While life can't always be perfect, I've learned to embrace the challenges that come our way. I feel more resilient than ever and ready to face whatever challenges and diapers lay ahead. Thank you for being a partner with me on this incredible journey. I look forward to continuing to be a part of your journey in the year to come. As a bonus for listening to this episode and getting all the way to the end, I'm going to share my vivid vision with you. A vivid vision is a detailed document that shows exactly where you want to be 3 years from now. So I wrote this out. I spent hours and hours creating it. But this shows on my 37th birthday, October 5th, 2026, where I plan to be in both my life and my business. All right, here we go. I'm going to read you my vivid vision. So this is where I want to be on October 5th, 2026, on my 37th birthday. So first of all, creating a vivid vision brings the future into the present so everyone has clarity on what we're building now. This is a detailed overview of what the hybrid real estate professional and my real estate business will look like, act like, and feel like 3 years from now. My wife and I have built a multi-dimensional mission-driven business which has enabled us to live a life of abundance and be truly present for the early years of our children's lives. I act as the CEO of our businesses, while my wife is an active contributor and partner across various functions. We employ and take care of a loyal team of VAs who support us across all areas of our business. They are more than just hired help. They are truly integral parts of our team. I am also a general partner in several deals, primarily serving the role of capital raiser and operations consultant. My business income surpassed my previous W-2 income by the end of 2024, and my W-2 job is purely optional now. I built a portable, flexible, and valuable skill set as a business analyst, which allows me to pick up highly paid contract work as a consultant. This lever exists if I need it. However, I've picked up enough momentum in my businesses that I plan to pause my W-2 consulting to focus on ramping up the business. My net non-W-2 income in 2026 crossed $300,000 just in time for my 37th birthday. This has allowed my wife and I to comfortably step away from our W-2 jobs while supporting our 3 kids and living a very comfortable lifestyle. My family remains the center of my life. Not only do we spend ample time together with all 5 of us, but we prioritize spending time individually as well. With 3 children, 2 of whom are twins, that means finding ways to connect with them that are uniquely meaningful. Achieving this level of depth in our relationships is a priority, not an afterthought. My wife and I have a stronger relationship than ever, built on a true top-to-bottom partnership. We mix home with business, but not so much that we lose sight of our romantic connection. We support each other and challenge each other to grow as we always have, while also relishing in the beautiful family and life we've created together. Now, what is the mission of my business? The mission at the Hybrid Real Estate Professional is to empower you to master your time, finances, and real estate investments so you can focus on what truly matters in your life. While money may not be the be-all, end-all, it is often the means to achieve the freedom and choices that are truly important to you and your family. Our Accelerator Program, imbued with one-on-one VIP level coaching, offers practical tips, individualized strategies, and transformative case studies geared toward financial literacy and successful real estate investing. The goal? To expedite your journey toward financial independence. Whether your version of what matters involves pursuing your career, launching a passion-driven business, or spending invaluable time with loved ones without the burden of financial worry, we are here to help make that choice possible for you. That is the unparalleled power and beauty of achieving financial independence through real estate, and we're committed to making it accessible for you. My business has 3 main categories. 1, media. 2, education and coaching. And 3, investments. Our media channels. The Hybrid Real Estate Professional podcast, which you're listening to right now, has been running 2 days a week for 3 years and is now averaging 1,000 monthly downloads. The show has a comprehensive library of solo content and interviews with professionals who embody the path of a hybrid real estate professional. The podcast holds true to the theme of building a life where each person can operate at the intersection of their unique hybrid identities. I've built a streamlined system to book quality guests, come up with original content, and record and edit my 2 episodes in less than 3 hours of personal work per week. The second pillar of the media business is my newsletter, which at this point has been running for 4 years and has over 25,000 subscribers. I pride myself on giving away tons of free value, oftentimes giving away more for free than my competitors give in their paid products. Because of this, my readers have a high level of trust and regularly refer the newsletter to friends looking to break into real estate. One hallmark of the newsletter is the generous referral program. If a reader refers 10 people, they get complimentary access to 1 month of group coaching, valued at $699, and 20 referrals gets 2 free one-on-one coaching sessions with me, which is worth $1,000. I've maintained above average open rates of 50% for the lifetime of my newsletter. My social media presence has expanded to over 40,000 followers on Twitter, 50,000 on Instagram, and 10,000 YouTube subscribers. My channels have a reputation for consistency and quality. I remain engaged in conversation with other relevant accounts within my domains, both bigger and smaller. My open book philosophy to content creation paints a full picture. People know me as a real person who isn't afraid to share both the good and bad that goes on in my journey. I generate approximately $1,000 per month in sponsorships and $1,000 per month in affiliate revenue from products sprinkled throughout my podcast and newsletter. My education and coaching business is the second pillar. What began as a one-on-one coaching accelerator in 2023 is now a fully fledged coaching and education business with a $15,000 monthly run rate. On the education side, I have several free courses, once again, giving away more value for free than my competitors do with their paid products. I run a series of 4-week boot camps for $299 each. I left it affordable for a reason. This provides a mostly automated sequence of emails, prompts, exercises, and 1 group call per week. This means I only spend 1 hour per week delivering, and the rest is built in advance. I run these cohorts 6 times per year with approximately 40 people in each course. This comprises $72,000 a year in revenue. I also launched a community. Every course member gets the option to onboard into a paid community for $100 a month. This includes access to weekly Q&A calls, exclusive networking events, a deal flow channel, live deal analysis, and several other features. I regularly participate in the conversations myself. However, I've also identified a network of past students who I pay or complement membership to help sustain a high level of engagement and activity. I make approximately $5,000 per month in recurring revenue from the community, and I am proud to still maintain a one-on-one coaching business even through all this growth. My coaching ranges from straight-ahead real estate investment to overall business coaching. I leave 4 spots open per month. These 4 spots have been continuously filled since 2024, comprising $48,000 per year in revenue. I also released the 100-page Ultimate Guide back in January 2024, and I've sold over 2,000 copies. I sell approximately 40 copies a month, which nets me $150 in revenue and provides steady leads into my coaching and education program. And lastly, the third pillar of my business, our investments. Our investment portfolio spans across several domains between real estate and business. Our original 8 properties laid the foundation. However, it was only the beginning. We have the following spread of investments. We own 28 units with direct ownership, which generate $500,000 annually in gross rent and $8,400 a month in net cash flow. As partnerships, we own 30 units with either direct partners or a group of other investors. Those generate $360,000 in gross annual revenue with $3,000 per month net to me. I've also invested over $250,000 cash in passive syndications with approximately 10% cash on cash return, netting $2,000 per month to us. The total monthly net revenue from our investments is $13,400. This has been my vivid vision. Again, you'll hear me refer to things in the present. That is part of the visualization exercise. By referring it to the present and creating very vivid details with the way you describe it, you aim and you set the bar high, and you share it with the world and actualize it with your actions. So I appreciate you taking the time to listen to it. I've made this available in the show notes. It is publicly out there, so you guys can all hold me to it. And I look forward to your feedback and deeply appreciate you being a part of my journey.